Well, I think it starts with Washington. We've got to show that we've got good habits, because if we're running up trillion-dollar debts that we're passing on to the next generation, then a lot of people are going to think, well, you know what, there's easy money out there. Well, I think it starts with Washington. That's using a hatchet to cut the federal budget. I want to use a scalpel. We want to cut with a scalpel as opposed to a chainsaw. We've taken a scalpel to the discretionary budget rather than a machete.
We want to give you that scalpel.
My budget freezes annual domestic spending for the next 5 years.
Freezing domestic discretionary spending for the next 5 years.
Freeze, ice, freeze, ice, freeze, ice, freeze, ice. A freeze is coming.
The spending bills that you've signed into law, the domestic discretionary spending has been increased by 84%. You now want to freeze spending at this elevated level beginning next year. This means that total spending in your budget would grow at 0.03% less than otherwise. I would simply submit that we could do more and start now,
which will reduce the deficit by more than $400 billion over the next decade.
The budget is going to end up saving $400 billion or so.
Much of the savings sought by Obama involved just a small piece of the budget pie, the annual domestic agency budgets that make up just 1/10 of federal spending.
Keep in mind that a freeze actually ends up being a cut.
A freeze is coming.
On Monday, I'm proposing a new budget that will help us live within our means while investing in our future.
The spending fight comes as the Congressional Budget Office predicts the deficit will reach an all-time high of $1.5 trillion this year. That would also mark an unprecedented third straight $1 trillion plus deficit.
we want to give you that scalpel.